All right, again, welcome to our lunch hour Mandarin. 欢迎大家来参加我们的午间中文。我是伸展，今天和我一起的 again 还有我的 co-host 燕杰。
Hi everyone, I'm 燕杰。
and 两位助教安迪和李月。
大家好，我是李月。
Again, looking forward to today's 30 minutes to learn and practice Chinese through reading a poem today. For those who are new to 午间中文, please add a letter next to your name for a breakout session later. Check the chat box for instructions. The session will be recorded and uploaded to China Institute's YouTube channel for future reference. Now let's get started. Oh, I remember last time someone asked a question that I didn't get to answer before we all left, whether there's music according to the 词, the poetic tune. There was music, but well, we actually could not really trace what exactly the music would look like or would sound like because there is no recording. We could see that in literature or even transcripts of the music, which is very different from the music scores nowadays. But well, the way that the music transcripts were written, very different from really recording the notes. So we don't know exactly how those music would sound like, unfortunately. But there are many musicians nowadays, in fact, are try to recreate based on the rhythm of the 词, and also the kind of instruments that the musicians were using at the time to recreate the music today. So that will be something interesting to hear. Well, unless you haven't noticed, summer is coming. As the head of the school at China Institute, I have to make the announcement that our new summer classes for adults and the summer camp for children are now open registration online. There are multiple levels for language classes, plus some special courses on Chinese classical poetry, contemporary essays, and Chinese philosophy for adults this summer. All classes will be offered online. And for children ages 2 to 14, we have designed online summer camp. So I would invite our facilitators, Andy and Li Yue, to post the registration links in the chat box, and feel free to email us if you have any questions. So enough advertising. Last week, we learned about Li Qingzhao, the Chinese woman poet from 11th to 12th century. We learned Wu Linchun, a 词, poetic tune by her. Here is Wu Linchun. And notice Wu Linchun was written in 1135. Today, we will read another poem by Li Qingzhao, 如梦令. And note that this poem is written in 1099. And the translator is, again, Xu Yuanchong. Well, it is important to note the time that these two poems were written, as it's widely viewed that Li Qingzhao's poems carry very different tones and styles during her early years in the north compared to her later years in the south. As we learned last session, she lived through a politically chaotic time during the Song dynasty, which was troubled by wars that eventually split the dynasty into two periods, Bei Song and Nan Song. While her 词 poems are known to be brilliant, both poetically and musically, before she fled to the south in 1126, her poems reflected a pretty good life with culture, leisure, romance, love, etc. While her poems after are more about the lasting miseries in life drawn from her own experiences, yet relatable in general to many, and across different generations for thousands of years, or at least hundreds of years now. So to end this mini 2-session series on Li Qingzhao, let's read 如梦令, a short ci written before she had to bear the miseries of her later part of life. So, 如梦令，如梦令。Here is a translation. Xu Yuanchong's translation is known to try to rhyme in English, but sometimes to achieve that, it actually compromises the meaning of the words. And we will get into that a little bit later. All right. Again, twice. The first time, 昨夜雨疏风骤. So you can read after me. 昨夜雨疏风骤. 浓睡不消残酒. 浓睡不消残酒. 试问卷帘人. 试问卷帘人. 却道海棠依旧. 却道海棠依旧. So here I want to point out 海棠 is translated as crab apple tree, which is quite common here too. We know that it has brilliant flowers, beautiful indeed, but I'm not sure whether crab apple tree has any symbolic cultural meaning in English. Well, you probably know more than I do. But what it seems to me, the translation is a little bit too literal. So let's take a look at, look into the etymology a little bit. In Chinese, this is a version of 海 from early 2nd century, how it is written. And over the years, it has changed. But you can still see the resemblance. 海 means ocean. So here, it doesn't mean that the tree or the plant has anything like growing-wise, well, with ocean, but it indicates that it might have a foreign origin. Even though in Chinese culture, well, the 海棠 has been planted for over 2,000 years ago. Tang is an interesting word. If we look at this form also from the same early 2nd century, and then this is the form we're looking at today, it's very similar. Note the bottom part is mu, the wood, pictographically resembling tree. The top part, in fact, looks like a house. This could be a window, and with some openings on the top that allows light coming through the roof. So literally, tang, this word, it means the kind of tree with branches on the top, allowing sun filtering through. So also note that haitang in Chinese not only means crab apple tree, but also include other types that are more like bushes. So this is a painting from a famous artist, Qi Baishi. It's one of the flowers that has a tremendously rich symbolic meaning in Chinese culture, often referring to prosperity and the indescribable beauty, especially for women. Sometimes in ancient time can also refer to a sense of bittersweetness. Since as beautiful and thriving as haitang in the peak of the spring, the flowers will eventually fade and fall. With that, I would leave it to each one of you to decide how widely different haitang is, the meaning of haitang is from the crab apple tree. So that's a pretty long detour. Let's continue. 知否,知否,应是绿肥红瘦应是绿肥红瘦 So that's the entire 词, a short form. And remember last one, we had the first half, 上阙, and then the second half, 下阙. So for this one, there's no such different parts divided. All right, we can read it again together. 昨夜雨疏风骤浓睡不消残酒试问卷帘人却道海棠依旧知否知否应是绿肥红瘦 All right, without pinyin, perhaps we can try it one more time from the top. So just a reminder, 如梦令, that's the name of the tune. So many 词 or poems will be written following this particular tune. And then oftentimes the first line of the poem will be followed in the title to indicate this is the individual poem by particular poet. So, 如梦令昨夜雨疏风骤李清照昨夜雨疏风骤浓睡不消残酒试问卷帘人却道海棠依旧知否知否应是绿肥红瘦 So that's our together reading. Now we have some time to go to the breakout room. Just as a reminder, next Monday is Memorial Day weekend, so we will not have our usual session, and we're looking forward to see you on June 1st.